Hi, 7th graders. This is Mr. Shear, and this is just a short video today focusing on two things. One, I just want to preface a little bit your ed puzzle today, which is about logging in the Pacific Northwest in the late 1800s. And then the other thing is I want to go over a schedule of what the next couple weeks are going to look like to take us to the end of the trimester. So today we're focusing on logging. Tomorrow it'll be Chapter 3, Lesson 2. It'll be a worksheet day. Thursday we're doing the Spanish-American War. Quick overview of that war. Friday we'll talk about the Alamo, which brings us to Friday, which is also Mr. Shear's last day. So I'm here this week and then I'm gone the next two. So please keep that in mind. I may be available a little bit via email, but I'm not going to check into work too much. So if you need an ed puzzle reset, any sort of work you might need to run by me, get it in this week. Next week is a real short week. The only full school day you have is Tuesday. That's the only day of Google Meets. For this class, it'll be a social emotional learning lesson with Miss Comble. And then Wednesday, there will be an assignment, but no Google Meet. It'll be something about the impact of the war, the Spanish-American War. Then the following week, so this is the week you get back after Thanksgiving break. Tuesday and Wednesday is going to be Miss Penry covering. She'll be covering all my classes that week, but Tuesday and Wednesday are going to be social, emotional learning lessons provided by Miss Comble, and Miss Penry will cover the meat. Thursday, we'll do Chapter 3, Lesson 3, and Friday, I got a short video on the Pig War. And that'll, again, that Friday, December 4th, there's no Google Meet that day. It's a half day to end the trimester. That's the end of it. Because the trimester is ending, all of your late or corrected work is due Tuesday, December 1st. So if you have something you want to correct or something you still need to turn in, you have till Tuesday, December 1st. And then that's it. Okay, just a brief overview of Chapter 3, Lesson 2, which you guys will do as an assignment tomorrow in the book. But it deals specifically with early industries and logging. And the big four early industries in Washington, it's always said in logging, first early industries in Washington include logging, which is probably number one. That's our first big industry in the 1860s, 1870s that emerged. Second was coal mining and some silver mining, but mining in general. The third big industry in early Washington history was fishing and whaling. And lastly, the growth of fruit trees, specifically apples. So that's a little bit about what's coming up in the chapter lesson. Today's lesson focuses specifically on logging in Washington. As you watch the Ed Puzzle today, I want you to notice a couple things. I tried to pick a video that had a lot of old photos because I want you guys to see just how big and massive the trees were in Washington. This was old growth forest when people started arriving here in the 1850s and 1860s off the Oregon Trail. The trees were ginormous. Pretty much all of Washington, most of Washington has been logged now. So it's very difficult to find any original forest, but the forest out here in the 1860s were insane. It was an incomprehensible amount of trees. If you've ever driven over Stevens Pass or Snoqualmie Pass and it just looks like trees everywhere, that's what the whole state looked like. So logging just boomed out here. Logging represented a tough life, a difficult life, a predominantly male life. So it was mostly tough, hardened men moving out to the Pacific Northwest. And they founded, we'll talk about this more later, but it's the foundation of a lot of our early towns like Seattle and Tacoma. Incidentally, Tacoma had the largest mill in the world at the time it was built in the late 1800s. So logging is instrumental to the development of our region. And the video today is mostly to give you an idea of the pictures and the scenes and what it would have looked like. But just to reiterate, there were so many trees in Washington when the early settlers came that they thought they would never run out. Therefore, they did not replant trees. It was an unimaginable amount of bounty of trees when people first started coming out here in the 1850s and 1860s. And so logging is really the name of the game for early Washington. That's it. Your assignment today is an Edpuzzle. You have two choices. You can watch it on your own, or if you want to come to the Google Meet, we will watch it together at the Google Meet, and then I'll take attendance. So you can do it with me, or you can watch it on your own. I'll take attendance at the Google Meet, and then you do not have to watch the Edpuzzle today if you choose to watch it at the Google Meet. All right, 7th graders, as always, thanks for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Try and stay dry.